Welcome back. Tonight I am going to make 3 different variations of what I call potato candy and let my family be the judge of which one they like best. We're just going to make different kinds. I'm going to start with my first batch. I've already put the 1 stick of softened butter in here. And to the butter you add 1 8-ounce of cream cheese. I'm sorry, my cat is standing on her hind legs right here beside me. And you mix those together really well with a mixer. Then after you mix them together, you add, after you get them very mixed, you add 32 ounces of powdered sugar, a little bit at a time. I'm going to get my husband to blow and pour while I stir. Hold on just a moment. Right, I'm going to get you to pour some powdered sugar while I stir. Let me get over here and open it. Okay. Now then, you can pour it in here and I'll stir. See, you just keep on, you get it the consistency of Play-Doh. Right, just keep on adding it. Eventually, I'm going to have to go to mixing it with my hand. But right now, I can use the mixer, which is really nice. Go ahead. Just keep on so you can get it smooth. Go ahead, pour some more. Get as much in there as you can. With a mixer, it makes it much easier so you don't have to stir as long. Well, it sounds like I'm going to have to start mixing by hand. Alright, let me turn the mixer off. You put a teaspoon of vanilla at this point. And then you continue to mix it with the rest of the 32 ounces of confectionate sugar. I mix it by hand this way. I've got my vanilla in there. You can use clear vanilla and it won't turn your white dark. But I just used the regular vanilla. I do have clear. Alright, it's time for some more powdered sugar. This is what we call potato candy. This is one of my family's favorites. I've never made it this way. This is the first time I've made this recipe. Mine always has potatoes in it. But I had a family member show me this recipe that you make without potatoes, so I thought I would try it. So we're going to make it just like potato candy, just with no potatoes. It's got sour cream instead of potatoes. So that should be interesting. I love sour cream. You just have to keep stirring it. It gets really thick. All right. All right, I'm gonna grab me a piece of wax paper here. Put this on it. And in just a minute, I'm going to pour it out of this bowl onto my wax paper with some confectionery sugar on it. Okay. Roll it up kind of like biscuit dough is what I do it like. Knead it and just get it. You don't want it dry, but you want it like a consistency of Play-Doh. This is new to me, so y'all bear with me. trying a new recipe. I always make all kind of candies at Christmas. My family looks forward to them. Fortunately, last year I was sick and unable to do anything. So this is like awesome to me to get to do this for my family. I'm so tickled. But I usually make Buckeyes and peppermints and just all kind of candies. And I'll be making those. Alright, just clear it out. Get this all out of the bowl here. And grab me a teaspoon out of the drawer. Get all this off of my wooden spoon. Be sure your hands have a coat of powdered sugar on them so this doesn't stick to them. I always just cover it like I do biscuits. You know, when you make biscuits, you just roll it around here. Get it fixed up so it doesn't stick. Kind of hard to do it on wax paper. We're going to keep on. This consistency feels the same as it does with my potatoes, so I'm really interested to see how this turns out. I'm going to see if my family can tell a difference. I do have my potato, however, over there in the pan boiling for my next batch. Because I use it to cook with. I mean, to make it. I've never made it this way, so if you have, just comment below and let me know how you think it is. I've never seen it with cream cheese. We've always just made it, as long as I can remember, with just potatoes. And it's a whole potato. It's not mashed potatoes or anything. You do mash it up, but it's not mashed potatoes. It's just a whole potato that you boil in the peeling and then take the peeling off and use the potato. Stop. Okay? Just take and keep kneading this around like a biscuit dough till you get it all smooth. And I do try to keep it in a rectangle shape because I am going to spread peanut butter on it. But this is going to be enough for more than one log. So I'm going to break it in half, at least for me. I don't know, the recipe does not show that, but I do because with my potato, you've got to work, with a potato, you've got to work really fast. But this is real forgiving, a lot more forgiving than my potato. As most of you know, I've just regained use of my hands and my arms. If you don't know, just go back on our channel and you can see why. But I've just started using my hands and arms, so if it looks like I'm doing things weird, it's because of that. You can always go back and look, but I have regained use of my hands. And I'm just trying to make my candies and stuff for my family. I'm so excited this year. Get to spend time at home with them and see them. And I'm still here. God has blessed me with another day and another year. All right, I'm smoothing this out so that I can put a layer of peanut butter on it. My husband suggested that I make my peanut butter and jelly and put it on it. So one of these rolls I may do that with. But this one I'm just going to put plain peanut butter on. So hold on just a moment. I'm sorry my hands seem a little awkward. They are. It's just because I'm trying to get used to doing stuff. It may take me a minute. But you take this and you spread peanut butter all the way to the edges. Sometimes they don't want to go because of the powdered sugar, but you just keep on working with it and it'll go. Spread it all the way out. So I think the recipe calls for a cup, but since I broke it in half, I'll probably use a half a cup or maybe 3/4 of a cup. I like peanut butter. My family likes peanut butter, and so I'm just going to do it till it looks right. I'm not really going by recipe. I'm just kind of changing cream cheese for my potato. Let's see how this works. All right, wipe my hands off. See if I can roll this a little bit. You roll it as tight as you can get it. Mine's going to be short because I did break it in half. But it's rolling up. It's not sticking. Looks just like my just like my potato. So I'm curious to see how this works. All right, I got it up. I got my seam here. I take the peanut butter off my seam. And then I take and press my seam together and try to shape it a little bit to get it more round so that when I cut it, it looks good. All right, you have to put these in the refrigerator overnight or a couple hours or overnight. I usually do them overnight so that they can form real good. And then when I slice them, they look pretty. I'm kind of curious though. I may slice the end of this one and look at it, and then I'll make my other one. Hang on just a second. Let me get a knife, and I'm going to slice the end. Let's see. Because I've never made them with cream cheese, and I'm just curious. Hang on just a moment. See if we can get this in here. All right. It looks the same. I'm going to slice one and see. Wow, it slices real good. That's what it looks like. That looks just like it does with a potato. They're looking good. Okay, that's the way it looks. And I'm going to stick the rest of this in the refrigerator and get it cold so I can slice it real easy. But so far, so good. All right, thank you. Okay, my husband insists that I put peanut butter and jelly in one of these. So the one with cream cheese, I'm going to mix up some peanut butter and jelly. And I just have peanut butter and grape jelly. But I make it more like a syrup than peanut butter and jelly. I get all the lumps out of it and just beat it real good so that it's good and smooth and you don't get a chunk of jelly. So that's what I'm doing right now. Should have got a good bowl, but I tried this because I could hold it and it was light. All right, we're going to try it. Let's see. The last ones I made, he said they look more squished than round. So we rounded it before we put it in the refrigerator. So hopefully it's going to look better when we cut it. I'm going to put this peanut butter, and this is peanut butter and grape jelly in this cream cheese. I use cream cheese instead of a potato in my potato candy. So we're going to try this recipe and see how it works. It looks good. We tasted a piece of it, and it tasted just like potato candy. It just doesn't have the potato in it. That's strange. I have never seen it made anyway, but with a potato. It happens to be my family's favorite. Every one of them texted me, "Are you making that this year? Are you making potato candy?" My grandson right off the bat, "Are you making potato candy?" They like their candy. And I love making it. Alright, let's see if we can kind of roll this one up and see how it does. Try to get it all the way to the edge. This should be interesting too. We're just going to go all out and try everything new this year. Alright. Let me get my paper towel. Alright, let me try to roll this. Try to get it as tight as you can. If you need recipes or anything, just comment down below and we'll be glad to send it to you. But it's nothing in this but butter, cream cheese, and confectionate sugar. Very forgiving recipe. Very easy to do. With a potato, it's not quite as forgiving because you have to work fast before the potato gets cold, because your roll will get cold and it will not, it'll crack on you instead of just rolling up like this does. This does really well. It surprised me. I'm really surprised how well it has done. And it just smooths right on down. Let me get all this excess off. And all this I'll cut later when it gets cold and make it nice and pretty. Alright. We got our peanut butter and jelly and our cream cheese one. Okay. I'll be back with you in just a minute. I'm going to put this one in the fridge and get it ready for tomorrow.